whatever app you're in. You could start something on this phone, drop it off on the next device, and utilize it across all your devices. You could open up an app on this phone and use that same app across all those Apple devices. And that's the value of it. The value is in the way you can cross-utilize like applications and things like that across all your devices. That's one of the biggest advantages of it. So it ain't just about the phone. It's about the whole Apple ecosystem. So I do see the value in it and like the way you can cross-utilize things across multiple devices. And it's seamless. Apple done made it seamless. They ain't made it cheap. Put it that way. They ain't make it cheap, but they made it seamless. So I will say that's the main thing, when you're comparing, Android phones to Apple phones, it ain't just about this phone. It's about how this device is used across multiple, different platforms, different devices, and how you can cross-utilize applications across those devices. You can start work on one thing, finish it on something else, all right? What else I like? Speakers. Man, these iPhones got the best speakers, man. These speakers on these phones is mad loud, And to be somebody like me that's half deaf, if you using phones like this, I like I said, this is being recorded on a Pixel. The Pixel's speaker, the speaker on my Pixel phone, I ain't gonna say it's trash, but it ain't good. The speaker on this phone, it's okay. The speaker on this phone, it's all right. The speaker on this iPhone is amazing. It's loud, okay? And you can do things to adjust it. So the speaker on it, if you want to be bumping video and all out there and you ain't got your AirPods in your ears and all that, and you want to, I watch I know it sounds crazy, but I watch more video and stuff on my mobile device than I do on my TV. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of, I stream a lot of video. And I watch it on my mobile devices because I'm at my computer most of the day, stuff like that. I'm out with the dog, and I like to stream a lot of my stuff on here. If I'm in the kitchen, I'm not in the living room watching the TV. If I'm in the kitchen, I got my phone on the little stand, on the thing my baby girl bought me, and I got my phone propped up on it, and I'm watching, video. I'm streaming video. So I like to have the speakers, nice and loud. You turn the vent on over the stove, I can't hear with these phones, but this phone is loud, man. It gets loud. I'm gonna figure out how to shut this thing off in a little while, y'all. But there's probably a lot of user error with me in this. What else I like? Applications like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, man, they are better on an iPhone. Now that's coming from an Android user, okay? They're just optimized, man, much better for these devices. And I think it's because you have so many iPhone users globally that a lot of the developers of those different applications have optimized those applications for this particular platform. And therefore, the experience on those applications is more immersive. It really is. I mean, it's a lot more. If I could get in this phone right now, I could show you what I'm talking about, but since I can't. This is crazy, man. And all I need to do is slide that thing over to turn this phone off. Look at that. But see, it's zoomed in so far. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we're not going to go back to talk about what I hate. But trust me when I tell you, the experience on the iPhone as far as like social media, it's optimized more for Apple's platform than it is for Android platform. Android is open source, so a lot of developers have access to the platform, which is, it's a real good thing. That's a good thing because, you get a lot of things on these devices, that's just like the little dynamic island. That phone you watching this video on, I downloaded an app. It's got the dynamic island on the phone, okay? So it does the same thing. It looks just like it. So that's the thing about Android. Most of the things that, they built in here hardwarely, you can get an app that does it, man. Android, and you get used to that kind of stuff. But that. So I talked about FaceTime, talked about all that kind of stuff, the things I like, the cross-utilization across platforms, and how I like that. The battery life is really good. The camera is really good. The build on the phone is amazing. Like, this is a really well-built phone. I'm telling you, like, when you put this in your hand, this ain't no toy. Like, it's the heaviest phone I have. I mean, some people might not like that. You might not like a heavy phone. Like, if you're in a person, you want something real light, this is not the phone for you. This phone is well built. I mean, it really is. It's a tank. You ain't got to worry about, unless, now put a screen protector on it, like I have on this one. Put a screen protector on it. Put a good case on it. Then it's Slam Boy certified right out the gate. You ain't got to worry about dropping it or breaking it. But that's something you should do anyway. What else? What else do I like about it? A lot of the built-in protections that they have a lot. They have a lot of built-in protections that protect you from like hackers. You're not getting in an iPhone, man. Let me tell you something, man. If you grab somebody's iPhone and you don't know their code, and your face don't look like theirs, okay, let me talk about that. The Face ID is serious. That Face ID, you put a mask on, and that joint will still recognize you. I was in Costco with a mask on, and this thing was unlocking. Beep! No problems. Now, I don't like the fact that they don't have a fingerprint sensor like these. They got them, built in under the screen. I don't like the fact that it don't have no fingerprint sensor, but I do like the fact that the Face ID is unbelievable. You're not going to beat the Face ID, and you're not going to defeat it. And if you don't have a code to get in these phones, man, you're going to have to go to the FBI or somebody to jailbreak these joints. That's for real. You're not just getting in them. Okay? All right, so what else I like about them as far as the security features and all that? I like that. And I told you, I get my notifications like real quick and early. There's a lot of things that you have to like go into settings and really activate and get used to. One of the other things I didn't like is like the animations on here. Like the animations is mad slow. Like y'all might not know what I'm talking about. But let me show you. Like on here, when I open up a setting or go to something, you see that animation? Like I could change that animation by just going into settings. And I go to like developers. Let me go in here. Developer options. And they'll allow me to go in the system and I can speed those animations up. Like, let me go down here. I'll show you. And this is not just this phone. This is every Android phone. Like you can go into settings and see where it say window animation scale. And I right now mine is at 1 times. Like I could turn it off. Like I could turn the animation off. I can go into that transition where the transition ain't real slow, turn that off. I can go into here, the duration, turn that off. And usually I have them off. So now when I go out of my windows and go into each other window, look how fast that goes. Bing, bang, bang, boom, bang, bang. I mean, you could, with this thing, the animations, they, I don't, when you get an Android phone, you turn those animations off or speed them up, and you get used to like transitioning in between, like going to like your trays and stuff like that. And you don't have to be like, when you're waiting on the phone to load up a screen. Now, and I know that seems petty, and I didn't mean to get back into the gripes, but it just reminded me The animation scale, like, and you can't change it. Like, you can't change that in the iPhone. I can change that in here to anywhere I want. Y'all see how fast that is. I can go from like my home screen to my app drawer in like no time fast, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, real quick. So you can get in and out of stuff like really fast like that. But with Apple, you know, you like the animations are like this. I'll show you. Now I ain't even gonna play around. Y'all know if you got an iPhone, you know what I'm saying. You know the animations load up slow. You know, some people like that. I don't like that. You know, I don't like the animations like dragging along. You know, when I'm going to another screen, it's drag. I'm like, I want them screens to load fast. You know, I don't want the animations taking all day. You know, all that stuff dragging out. Okay, so I didn't mean to get back in there. Another petty gripe. Y'all gonna be calling me Petty Roosevelt for real. Yo, but okay, it's dust proof, water resistant, all that. I do like that. Apple stepped the game up with that. Okay. What else I like about it? I'm trying to think of the stuff that I really like about it. And you know, they got an app for everything. There's some apps you're going to get on Android, you ain't going to get on here. There's some apps you're going to get on here, you're not going to get on Android. Most of your main social media apps are all optimized better for your iPhone. You know, things load real, you know, internet, stuff on the internet, you know, they load up fast. You can scroll through them quick. It's just like your animations for like your main screens and iPhone are really slow. But other than that, it's a good device. You just have to know, you know, like when you're coming from Android, there's a big difference. If you're coming from Apple, there's a huge difference, you know, because all the things like if you're used to using your Apple device and a bunch of other devices in that ecosystem, you're not going to be able to cross-utilize some of these the way you utilize this one across your entire platform. And that's the main difference. When you come into an iPhone, it ain't just about the phone. It's about the entire ecosystem and how you use that device within the ecosystem with the phone, with the watch, with the iPad, with the MacBook, and all that other stuff. So, you know, Apple, you know, try to get you to spend a lot of money, you know, with that, you know, but the way this stuff acts cohesively, that's the main thing. That is the main thing. All right. So that's been my experience, man, you know, over the past couple weeks. If I had to rate the phone in comparison to like, you know, some Android phones out there, if I had to do a real comparison, you know, I'd have to I'm going to tell you, it's a good phone. I like it. It does what it does really well, like I said before. And it ain't just about the phone. You know, it's about the way you use the phone. I already said that, you know, and that I like. But it's got some drawbacks, man. You know, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, compared to like a S22 Ultra, but this is a Note compared to a Note, or your high-end Android devices, man, I give it an 8 on a scale of 10 because it's lacking like a lot. And there's Androids that are hitting at 10. You know, there are things, man, I want to see Apple step their game up with. They need to stop ripping people off, man. Go on and put them. I mean, come on now. If you got a phone maker that can put the charger, a 65-watt charger in the box, have this thing charge up mad fast, and do everything this phone can do, and it's waterproof, dustproof, all that. Plus, it does things this phone can't do with split screen multitasking and all that kind of stuff, and it costs a whole lot less money. Come on, man. Now, Apple needs to stop ripping people off with that. They need to get realistic. You know, you got these phones out here, man. You know that you could do a whole lot with a lot of the same things and more, and they charging a whole lot less. That ain't right. All right, Apple, that ain't right. Y'all need to adjust that pricing and get it right. If you're gonna charge all that money, You know, you need to step your game up and offer all the features that all the other your major all your other major phone makers are offering. All your flagship phones have major features. You need to be offering them features, man. I mean, come on. I mean, for the money you're charging, let's be for real. And you know, that's all I say. I'd say, you know, if I had to rate like the S22 Ultra or your Xiaomi or your Google Pixel 7 Pro, you know, all those kind of phones, I would rate this right on par with like the 7 Pro, the S22 Ultra, because of the S Pen. I mean, this is never going to be, it's never going to have the features that a phone like this is going to have. I mean, this S Pen is basically a remote control. Like, I can sit the phone back away from me and use this top of this pen and this little button on my pen. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's a little button on my pen right there. That's a remote control. I can sit the phone 5-10 feet away from me, widen the screen, and take a picture of all of us by just pushing this button. Click, click. I could use it. I could change. I could have the phone playing video in front of me, press this button, swipe left or swipe right, and go to the next video without touching the phone. I could have music playing, push this button on this pen, swipe left or swipe right, and change the song in my music catalog. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of catching up they have to do, man, as far as like, you know, functionality and just stepping into the, you know, 21st century. But, you know, the things that they do, is like I always say, the things that Apple does, they do them really, really, really well. Things they do really well. They simplify things and they do them well. But, you know, if you're coming from an Android and expecting an Apple phone to do the same thing, you're going to be kind of disappointed, man. You're not going to be disappointed in the build. You're not going to be disappointed in the video. You're not going to be disappointed in the camera. You're not going to be disappointed in the speakers. You're not going to be disappointed in, you know, your experience, the immersive experience you have, you know, with your apps on here. But if you're looking for like customization and some of the other things that these phones will do, yeah, it's a little bit different. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this up. So y'all heard my thoughts after like a couple weeks, what I think about the iPhone, you know, my dislikes, my likes. I think this is a major go. You know, if you're looking to get a new phone, I think it's like, you know, it's a major go for anybody that thinks they might want to jump into the market and get an iPhone. Really can't hate on it. I can't figure out how to turn it off, but
Interesting question.
Let me see. Okay, Siri. Hey, Siri.
Hi, I'm Siri. How can I help you?
Turn my phone off.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Man, my phone is unlocked. Hey, Siri. Okay, let me do this.
I'm not sure I understand.
Hey, Siri. Turn my phone off. And I had this problem before, but it's because I hit that zoom button in the settings. I didn't even touch the zoom. I didn't even go in the settings. And this thing just went to zoom like that. Hey, Siri. Turn the phone off. I'm getting upset with Siri. I'm getting hostile with Siri, yo. Siri getting me upset. Hold on, man. Let me go over here. Maybe if I get the camera. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Man, okay. All right, y'all. I'll figure it out. Either that or I'll just let the phone die, and when it reboots, it'll be all good. But that's my thing with this iPhone. That's the end of this video. I was up late. I couldn't sleep. So I decided to go ahead and do this update, what I think about the iPhone. All right, y'all. Thank you for checking this out. Love y'all. Holla at y'all soon.